If you're watching this video, I think you know what you want to do with your life. Whether it's getting your dream job, making some music, starting your own company, acing your exams, or all of the above. Often we struggle not with the creative thinking and choosing our goals, but with execution. We're lucky to live in a time though where we can finally outsource a lot of the planning, project management, and organizational tasks to AI and get a COO for our life, just like every company does, to help them focus on what really moves the needle. I started using ChatGPT like this a couple of weeks ago and I'm already seeing a lot of benefits in my life. So if you're also better at strategizing and creative thinking rather than organizing, project management, and putting everything into neat little documents, this will be the perfect video for you. If you can invest 20 minutes into setting this up once, I promise it will save you hours over the next weeks, months, and even years. I'm gonna go over the broad concept of how I structured this, then go through the implementation with you step by step, and last but not least show you some use cases of how I use this and how it might be useful to you. I'm gonna be using ChatGPT for this, as that is the one that I'm currently subscribed to, but this works in Cloud as well, pretty much in any other AI that you can use projects. I think Gemini doesn't support that right now, but correct me if I'm wrong. Everyone is using ChatGPT now and probably knows how useful it is, but if you get a bit smarter about using it, you can actually make a lot more out of it without having to go full on crazy with building custom automations and everything, which is also very interesting, but I think probably not the right thing for the daily user most of the time. So projects are one of the keys to make this a lot more useful, and I learned this actually from Sam Parr, who published a guide on this on HubSpot initially, which I will link in the description so you can check that out. The basic concept is that you can upload files and also general instruction for any chat that happens within this project to guide the answers that you get, so you have both the text and the file input. It's very important to not put too much in there because it makes the answers worse. And the cool thing is that it also can have a project memory, so that means that it focuses mostly on the chats within the project in terms of the memory it uses for the answers it gives in the future. So today we'll focus basically on making a project to be the project manager for your life. There's a lot of research that shows that having a plan and clear goals and actions makes it a lot more likely that you achieve your goals. This really helped me avoid a lot of the analysis paralysis and trying to figure out the best system and the best tools to use right now, and instead just doing the work and having someone external essentially to just check whether or not it actually makes sense to change your processes right now. So the goal is today to create a project that can essentially help you with 4 things. First up, breakdowns for goals you want to achieve. Second, to identify the necessary habits and routines that will get you there. Third, the tools you should use. And fourth, the templates or documents you need to keep track. Of course, there's a lot more you can do with it as well, but these are like the main things I wanted to get out of it. So what input do we need for this? Basically, I started thinking from the perspective of an actual COO. So there will be some of my professional background, but also some personal details like personality tests to give it just more context of how I work and how maybe I struggle to work sometimes. All right, so let's go through the implementation step by step. Here's a list of the documents you will actually need. It's your current CV, then a personality test. I will link 3 of the most popular ones in the description, and these are the ones I've used, but essentially 1 is also enough if you don't want to take the time to do all of them. Then I have a questionnaire which I developed, which is a bit maybe personalized to my situation, so you can even put it into ChatGPT and personalize it a bit more towards what you're looking for. But essentially this is just to give it a more clear picture of what you're using right now, what you're struggling with right now, and maybe what goals you're trying to achieve more broadly. For the instructions, I will also link the instructions that I'm using in the description, but same as with the questionnaire, you can also put this into ChatGPT and of course customize it towards whatever you prefer. It's just like a starting point for you, so you have something to start out from and just to get you going even more quickly. First, a general mission to give it a really broad idea. Then some operating principles, aka also like the virtual board of directors that I talked about in terms of inspirations. Then some books to apply. The scope, just that it kind of keeps everything in terms of the stuff that we actually want to hear about and not goes overboard. The user, the inputs that we gave in terms of the files, the outputs that we want. This is not a clear, like it doesn't have to give this every time because I don't want it to give a 90-day sketch, for example, every time, but this is kind of a menu that it can draw from. Then there's the process of how it should work, the quality bar that it should hit, tone and style, the tools policy, which is kind of personal to me because I tend to go into new tools too quickly. So I said that it should usually use what I already have and only use new stuff if it actually helps. Some guardrails, some ambiguity from like if you're missing some input, it should ask follow-ups first before it just makes something up. And then this is also an important one. a note regarding feedback, because sometimes, I don't know if you know this, but you give feedback on ChatGPT and it just changes everything and you just wanted it to change what you actually gave feedback on. So this is an important one. All right, so let's get started. As I've mentioned, I'll be using ChatGPT, but you can also do this in Claude. We're just gonna start a new project here, call it virtual COO. And then you can basically just pick an icon, but you can also just leave it like that. And it's pretty simple. All you're gonna do is add the project instructions. So I have that right here. These are linked in the description. Save that. And then I also already prepared a folder with the inputs for the files. So I'm just gonna go to add files. These are 3 personality tests, the intake form that's linked, and my CV. And that's basically it already. Now you just have to wait for it to be uploaded. And it's important to go to thinking here, because that's a lot better. In my experience, GPT-5 Auto is not the best. So go to thinking here and then you can just use it. So for example, let's start with a really simple one. If I ask it, should I switch up my workflow to Windows? It should tell me to stick with Mac, of course, because that's what I'm used to and it wouldn't make sense at all. But let's see what it says. It's just a simple question to test. And as you can see, after some thought, it tells me that there's no reason for me to go to Windows right now, which is exactly the answer I would expect. So let's go through some actual use cases. First up, what I would start with, at least for me, because I put the tools that I use in the questionnaire, I want to know if I'm using the right tools and apps right now, or if there's anything that I'm missing. All right, and here's the answer. Basically, it tells me that I can keep most of the stuff, just do some minor tweaks, which is interesting to know always. And it says that I shouldn't force auto scripting in craft, which is okay. I want to try that, but yeah. Very interesting, because it's also fit to my personality type now exactly. And I think this is a great audit so far with a few small tweaks. So then next up, I would like to ask, what are the routines that I should implement to actually plan my week? And as you can see, you get like a really concrete workable setup that actually works with all of the apps that you're already using, which I think is perfectly fine and really helpful, because you can set it up in like 5 minutes now and then you will have that system. You don't have to think about it and you don't have to do it yourself. All right, so next up, let's move on to some university stuff, because that's very interesting as well. I just recently started a new semester and I want to keep the university as efficient as possible. So I want to get good grades, but I also want it really organized and want to be very, very time efficient so I can focus on YouTube and my job as well. Basically, the way I did that was just I told it all the courses that I'm taking, how long they're taking, what assignments are due that I know of already, and what are the most important weekly tasks for each course. And then it just basically drafted me out a folder structure for craft, told me what templates to use to take notes during the lectures as well as on the literature. And then I also asked it for the tasks that I should put in reminders. And we have like a basic control center overview for university that we created, or that ChatGPT basically drafted for me and that I put into craft. So it was really helpful for stuff like that as well. And now if I get a new assignment, I can just go in there and tell it, okay, I have this assignment too. Which tasks do I need to create? Which templates do I need to use? And so on. And it will basically give me all of that, and I can just really focus on the actual work that I have to do, which means it saves me a lot of time in terms of the restructuring and making nice documents and everything. Don't have to do any of that because Craft also supports Markdown. It's really nice to do that. You could also do it in Notion or just whatever tool it would recommend to you based on your experience and what you're using right now and so on. And for YouTube, it was pretty much the same, just more focused on different use cases, of course, but I let ChatGPT adapt that to whatever I need for YouTube. So for example, there, I need a lot less different folders and projects because I don't have like multiple courses, but what I need is a clear workflow for how to put in ideas, because I need to be able to do that on my phone really quickly. Then I need a quick workflow for how to turn these ideas into projects. And then of course I need a really good workflow for how to structure and manage those projects in terms of filming, what's next to do, scripting, and all the different steps that are involved in making an actual video. And then I also need some kind of overview of all the projects, as well as some kind of like future plans, some stuff that is maybe a bit outside of YouTube, but also related to YouTube. I just told it all of those ideas and what I want to do and what my plans are, and it was really easy to just use it to get some help there. And I can really recommend it, honestly. Like it was so fast, told me the step-by-step stuff to do in craft, and that's all you need, and then you can just get to the work. Because I've been the person in the past just sitting around for 1 or 2 days and trying to make everything look nice and make everything look organized instead of actually doing some work. And then last but not least, I also set up kind of a personal space within craft together with ChatGPT, because there's always some projects like a trip. For example, I'm doing a trip to Sweden, which I had to plan everything for. And this is also something where you can get some nice templates and some help and maybe even pre-fill some of those templates. But once it knows what your workflow is, it can actually make everything work in craft and within your workflow. So it saves you a lot of time there as well. And last but not least, I actually told it to just give me, after creating all of those templates and all of those workflows, to give me a basic, real simple overview of how to handle this system. So basically, what happens if I get a new assignment? What happens if I get a new task? What happens if I want to start a new video? What happens if I want to plan a new trip? And through that, I can really easily use it to just reference, okay, I get a new task. Okay, now I need to go there and do this and so on. So then I get used to the system really quickly, which is really cool. And for some more day-to-day stuff, there's a lot more things that I just kind of reference it all the time as kind of my sparring partner. So for example, I asked it, okay, does it make sense for me to do meditation every day? Is it a good use of my time? Does it make sense for me to, I don't know, go to the gym in the morning or in the afternoon in terms of my time management and stuff like that? Always really interesting. Another example was, there was this day last week where I was totally overwhelmed. I felt like I had to do so many things at so many different places, and I just couldn't figure out how to fit it in one day. So then I just also opened up this project and I told it, okay, I need to do this. It takes for that long and this for that long and so on. And I'm worried about how to prioritize this stuff, and I don't know where to start, and I don't know how to manage it in one day. And it gave me a really good answer, helped me to prioritize, helped me to figure out what to do. Because I think that's most often, like, we don't start things because we're just overwhelmed with too many things to do. So having a kind of virtual sparring partner like that can be really, really good. Another thing was also, I was looking for books to read yesterday, and I just asked it, like, okay, based on my goals, based on what you see from the past, what should I read right now? What would be most helpful? Just stuff like that, because this is kind of like your virtual COO. That's basically what I call it, because that's what it is, and that's really cool to have. So yeah, I hope you try this out. I hope it actually helps you out. If you have some feedback, if you have some feedback actually to improve this as well, it would be really cool if you let me know. Otherwise, subscribe if you want more content like this, like the video, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.